Hey, I've gotten pretty engaged in this Rimworld here, because it's one of the more true role-playing games. There's a lot of role-playing games, RPGs, Skyrim, Fallout, uh, Final Fantasy, whatever. They're not really role-playing. They're technically role-playing because they play a role. But if you consider that the standard, the requirement to become a role-playing game, then Call of Duty is a role-playing game because you're playing as Soap or Captain Price or whatever the fuck. This game is more roleplay. This game is about the characters and the story. It's not about winning. It's about the characters and the story of those characters. So there's a few scenarios here. You can be the one. You can start off as one guy, one rich guy. You start off as 5 poor tribe members that don't have any technology, or you can start off as three survivors of a ship. So I'm gonna do that. That's like the standard. So this right here is your game master. This is the first sign that this game was something else. Was that there's 3 different game masters. There's this one's like easy mode. She's nice to you. This one's kind of standard. She increases the difficulty as you go, and this guy will just throw whatever at you anytime. Doesn't matter what it is, where you are, how equipped you are for it. He will fuck your day up. But this game is interesting because the events around you are controlled by someone, and that someone also takes into account how prepared you are for it. So in other management games, this is a management game by the way, in other management games you might just randomly get events, you might get scenarios that happen to you, but they just happen at random. They don't take into account where you are. This game greatly takes that into account greatly. So we're just gonna play on like a standard difficulty, permadeath mode. So if someone dies, there's no reloading the save. So I'm just gonna roll with whatever happens, which is the way this game was meant to be played, was just letting things happen to the fullest extent. So this game is in a early alpha, so I can pick different areas. I can pick an area I want to live in. If I want to live in desert, if I want to live in the tundra. But you can't, once you pick an area, that's your whole area. You can't explore the rest of the worlds, which I would certainly hope that you could do that in the full game. That'd be really cool. Especially since there's other factions. If I can find them. Right here. The little red right here. Faction, that's the Crushers, that's the bad guy. Those are bad guys. Way over there on the ice. So you can get, you start with three different people. You can randomize them. So if you want a different person, you can get it. This guy doesn't break down as easy. Your characters will break down. If something can happen in this game, it will happen. This guy, I'm gonna probably send him into fights a lot because if he gets hurt, he'll like it. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll deal with it when we'll cross those bridges when we come to it. Also, I got a new mic. Oh, I didn't get a new mic. I got a new pop filter for the mic, so hard P's and T's should sound a lot better than they used to. If you guys remember that 4th of July, that America video, it sounded pretty shitty because of that, but now I have a pop filter. They're really cheap, so I don't know why I didn't have one. So they start off with sleep sickness, but that's gonna wear off, it looks like. So there's no health point, there's no hit points. There's hit points for individual parts of their body, which you can't see right now, but they're there. See, since there's sleep sickness, he's not very good at manipulating people. He's not very conscious. Let's see. Now I want to equip their weapons. So there's 2 guns and a melee weapon. So whoever's got the best melee. This guy's really passionate about shooting, but he's not very good at it. But he's kind of interested in melee, but he's much better at melee. So I think I'll give the good. Oh, I have to. If you're gonna have something, you might as well have this. Or not. No, that's not right. You might as well have the melee weapons. It's gotta make the best of everything. You're not a very good shot, but you like it, so I'll give you the pistol. So now we need to build a house. We need to build a room. Let's do that. 8, no 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Giving them about 1, 2, 3, 4. Giving about a 4x4 room for each person. Yeah. Because if you don't make a big enough room, they get cranky face. And you gotta keep them happy wherever you can, because tensions do run high in this game. Yeah, it's gonna be a potato plant. That's a potato plant farm. We're also gonna need some other shit, such as cotton and heel root, because we need medicine and we need no one can grow heel root. Well, who's passionate, first of all? This guy's passionate about growing, so he might be able to grow it in the future. In the meantime, we're gonna make it also potato. I need all hands on deck with construction, so we're gonna have everyone grow, but building. This is all stuff people can do. If I want to do manual priorities, it goes left to right. So if there's a fire, that is priority number 1. It goes farther down the list, and research is least important. If I want to change that, I can make this priority number 1. And I can say, I'm going to make bed rest important, somewhat more important. Oh, I don't fucking know. Hauling isn't that important. This isn't that important at the moment. Cooking is pretty handy. I'm gonna need some butcher's table, because we're not gonna have, we have food right now, but we're not gonna be able to do anything with that just yet. We're not gonna need food just now in the short term, but we're gonna be growing crops, and we are gonna run out of this food before we can harvest. So I'm gonna make a butcher's table, and I'm gonna get a stove. Okay, this guy is hitting on everybody. They just landed, and he's already hit on Tony twice, and her once, and they both rejected him. So they give you a nice little mood boost at the beginning of the game to cut you some slack, but in higher difficulties that doesn't work out. This guy's satisfied when he gets to plant things, so he's going to be doing that a lot. Growing is important though, so we're going to make that priority number 2. I will say it is kind of unrealistic how people won't fight fires. Well, I guess, certain things people just won't do. Like, some characters will be incapable of violence, which is nonsense, because people will do anything if it comes down to it. Samson. This is our starting animal. We got a Labrador Retriever. Oh, sick. Okay, we can train him to do things. We can have him follow somebody and protect them. We can tell him we can send him out and attack people. If someone's down, he can drag them to safety. And he can also haul items. This one's pretty handy, especially right away, even though that's gonna take the longest amount of time. This takes food though. You have to feed them food in order to train them, so we're not gonna do that just yet. If you don't like management games, I can get that, but if you like role-playing, which I think some of you do that watch me, because I made those roleplay videos, and some of you are in the roleplays, I think you could appreciate this game. You can't see a whole lot of role-playing going on just yet. It's just management right now, but sooner or later it gets pretty interesting. It gets pretty complex. See, they don't like it when they sleep outside, or when they sleep on the ground. I need to make a room with a table for them. Yeah, I'm greedy. I want a really impressive bedroom. Well, fucking suck it up. You just crash landed. You're not gonna get it right away. And when you kill people, you have to bury them. Later on, you can get crematorium, so you can just burn the bodies. I'm gonna build another room here. Yeah, build. Oh, I don't know how big it needs to be. Just make it like that. That sounds good. And then inside of that, we're gonna put a research bench. As the different factions. Later on, you can build radios, so you can talk to them and request trades, improve relations, or fuck them up, or whatever. You might be able to go and visit other factions. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten that far. I don't know what the point of this is yet. Again, this is an early alpha, so I think this is just for show right now. Need defenses. Oh shit, we do, huh? We do need defenses, so we're gonna make some. No, we don't need defenses. There are sandbags, which provide cover, but we don't need those yet. Also, if you place someone by a tree, I can draft him, which lets me control him. And if I place him next to a corner, he will take cover by that corner. And if I place him behind a tree, he'll take cover behind the tree. Different things have different stats. Oh, it doesn't say it. Different things have different stats, like the oak tree. Where is it? Cover effectiveness, 43%. Sandbags. Cover effectiveness is 65%, so those are pretty good for cover. Every time they shoot their guns, every time you do something really, it kind of like rolls a die, which I think is pretty cool. It rolls a die based on obviously a lot of things, like their skill level and whatnot. But when you're aiming at somebody, you can see like the stats and how likely they are to. Are we really not doing anything right now? Build that. We have a visitor. Choco Jacko Croyo. What does he have? Oh, he's a shotgun. He's a tribesman. He has a shotgun. Interesting. He has the best skill. Average of relevant skills is 9. So let's hunt something. I don't want to hunt that because I don't want to hunt boom rats because they create a powerful fire-starting explosion when they're killed. So that's not. I don't think there's a whole lot of meat to cook once it's blown up. So let's hunt that wild boar. It's female. That's not. Rules of hunting: you don't hunt females. That's a real life rule. You don't want to hunt females generally because they're the ones that make more babies. But I don't think that comes into play that much in this game. You can kill as much shit as you want in this game. They will always come back. Alright. Butcher creature, do forever. So we're gonna, every time we get a creature, we're gonna butcher it. Cook simple meal, do forever. Okay, so this is research. I want to research. Oh fuck. I was gonna I wanted to. Oh yeah, stone cutting. That's what I want to research because wood is not a good building material out in the desert here. Let's, hey Redfield, since you're not doing anything, why don't you trade with him? What do we got here? Okay, so the only thing we can sell to him is components, but we're gonna need those. We have 800 silver, i.e. trading materials. Should I buy a shotgun? I don't know. I kinda want to. Let's buy a shotgun. Yeah, let's buy a shotgun. You know what? No, let's not buy a shotgun, because if we kill people too good, they will die. But if we kill them with shitty guns, they often don't die. They'll just get downed, and we can nurse them back to health and recruit them. So I'm not gonna buy that shotgun just yet. Okay, Tony. You need the material. Tony, stop sleeping on the ground. Stop feeding all the wood over to the fucking building and build your own bed instead of getting pissed off that you don't have a bed. This game is generally pretty good about being smart, with the AIs being smart, but there's always some issues. It usually comes down to how smart you let your characters be. If you fuck their whole priorities up, they'll act like idiots. But if you make this good, then they'll take care of it. Okay, that's important too. Is healing other people. You're a math professor and you're better at doctoring than the surgeon. That's great. That's a good sign that you're that's a good sign that you were a good surgeon. Well, you were a criminal surgeon, so I guess that makes sense why you weren't that good. Because you couldn't make it in the real world. Okay, what should we name this community? Grandmaster. Grandmaster Trading Company. Jamestown. This is our... What do you mean it's not valid? Dirt Town. Cool. I mean, I should have called it Sandtown. I should have called it, Fuck, who are those people in Star Wars? The Tusken Raiders. Tusken Camp. That's what I should have called it. Alright, prioritize. Yeah, chop that down. Prioritize fueling the wood stove. We need to fuel that bitch because you need to refine these foods. Alright. Alright, cool. You need materials? Well, you never do plant cutting. Cool. Super cool. Alright, Redfields, will you research? No, you won't. So I was gonna say, I'd have you research and Estelle would chop that shit down, but no. Just like in my last playthrough, just like in my world, Tony does everything. By the way, there's only so many names in this game. There's like presets, so Tony will always be a surgeon. And I guess Redfield will always be pest guard, but his traits and his all-around skills are different, I believe, than last time, than in my world. But Tony's doing everything, it seems like. He's got to make his own bed. Oh yeah, I already made his bed. And he's got to chop the trees down, and he's got to cook. Check a spacecraft is falling nearby. Oh shit. A local iguana. Oh, fucking iguana. Who gives a shit? Hunt it. Hunt it. Who has the gun? You have the gun. Okay, shoot it. Okay, you're hunting it already, actually. Samson, get out of the way! Samson! Nice. Good shit. And he's still alive. Oh no, he's dead. You won't haul him? You can also bury animals if you care about them enough. So we can make water evaporating and passive coolers to lower temperatures. And that's going to be very handy in the summer. Always good to plan ahead. So you can see the temperature of everything here. There's 82 degrees indoors. Don't really have an AC right now, which you can get. You can get coolers, which I should make soon. I really want to show you guys a little bit more of this. I want to show you. I want to get to a point where it gets interesting, so I can show you what this game is really about. So I'll be uploading a couple more parts of this, 1 or 2 maybe, and just until you get the idea of how in depth this can be. There's a lot you can do. You can I can harvest living people's lungs and shit. So if someone else needs a lung, I can just give it to them. Do a transplant. But yeah, there's a lot going on in this game. I really enjoyed the realism aspect of it. So let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next parts. See you around. All the weed in the bag. Let's go.
Alright, man. Alright. Get your fucking... What the fuck, huh?
Contact! I'm not a real Marine. Mondays, am I right? That's about as relevant as the background here gets. I thought I'd help contribute to your already overstimulated lives with a visual from one of my favorite movies while I talk about things. The tracks this video is almost done with body acting, and I'm heading into voice acting now, so if you want to get some credits, let me know. You can submit scripts for me or voice acting or body acting offers on my Tumblr page, but otherwise you can add me on Xbox Live. My gamer tag is Fertile01. Right there. That one. If you don't make it into this video, there's always next one. Speaking of the next one, I've got the second part of Delamus just about written out, and I have a more serious mini-series of GTA 5 machinimas getting written now, about a highway patrol officer that has to work with a detective to save his partner. Let me know which one sounds good in the comments below so you can decide for me which one I should work on next. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Like and follow me on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter. See you next week.